advice would you give our listeners, let's say in the next 3 to 6 months? What can they do based on what you've learned? What would you pass along to them? Or what advice would you give your younger former self? Things maybe that you do differently or do sooner?
Pick your lane and stay in your lane. Every new investor tries something once, they don't get the results they want, and they go to the next shiny object. I don't care which one you pick. If it's direct mail, cool. If it's SMS, text messaging, cool. Just stick in your lane, learn it, know all the nuances, and get good at it. The new investors always are notorious. I've got a buddy that has like 10,000 accounts for direct mail for real estate investors. He said 90% of the time they do one mailing and stop.
Yeah.
Don't even get started, guys. If your goal is not to do it, don't even do it. You're wasting your money. And so I think as young investors, we're all looking for the magic bullet. Everybody wants to work less, right? Even me. If you knew how little I like to work, people would really love this if they knew how little I like to work. And the reason why is, I always joke, I've had one bumper sticker in my whole life, and it said, "We'll work for hundreds of thousands of dollars."
Yeah.
It hit my funny bone, right? Because I don't mind working. Josh, I don't mind working, but I want to know that I'm building something towards the future.
Yeah.
And building and so I was going to say, when I say pick your lane, you're going to build relationships. Are you doing it with the right people? You're going to spend money on marketing. Are you doing it the right way? Pick your lane and stay in it, and all of it can work. There's 100 ways to find houses, right? Just whatever one you pick, stay in that lane and give it a year. Don't say one mailing and it's done. You don't plan to, I always judge people too on the thickness of their business card. You ever meet a new investor that feels like it's made out of paper? Yeah. Like, spend the extra $20 and get some cards that have some weight. If your card is made of paper, like lightweight, I feel like you already know you don't want to be in this business in 3 months, right? Right. So, maybe that's bad, but I'm just like, come on now. And I teach a lot on credibility packets and act as if, if you have empathy, I can work with you, right? If you have the wherewithal to go out, and I always say to make omelets, you got to break some eggs, right? And that's the difference. Even when I got knocked down in 2008 with that house, I didn't think I'm going to get out of real estate. I thought, man, maybe I shouldn't build $1 million spec when the market's starting to turn. Right. I learned, right? And so the best thing about real estate, I love it when a new investor says, I did my first deal. I thought I was going to make 50 grand and I only made 5 grand. I'm like, oh, isn't that great? And they're like, what do you mean? I said, you got into business where you had a great education, you learned on the job, and you still made 5 grand.
Yeah.
Tell me what other college pays you 5 grand to go to their college. Real estate's the best business in the world. Look at every billionaire. 90% of the time, real estate's in their.
Yeah, they either made it or they hold it in real estate. Absolutely.